Matthew chapter 5, verse 16 says, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see our good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." We need to be a beautiful reflection of Jesus Christ in all that we do so that our kids and our grandkids are drawn to God.
We wanted to give you some ideas, and so you can write notes if something pops out at you, but some ideas on how to model your faith and be a good reflection of Jesus. And these are just going to be a lot of random ideas, but if one just sticks and you think, this is something I need to do, just jot it down. And again, not rocket science ideas, but just ideas. First one would be, let your children see you reading the Bible. And I have to tell you, this might seem like, but there was probably a 15-year span where my kids never saw me reading the Bible because you know what I did, and some of you probably do this too, I need my quiet time. I'll get up before the kids and I'll have my quiet time and read the Bible. I was doing that every day. They never saw it because I was doing it before they got up so I wouldn't be distracted, which seemed like a great plan, but in hindsight, they never saw me reading the Bible because it was done before they awoke. Was that smart? In hindsight, I wish I would have done some things differently, at least had it open at other times of the day. So think about those things when you're having your time to read the Bible.
Another one is talk about a Bible passage and how you're applying it, no matter what age they are. You know, you can talk to them in whatever it is they can actually handle. But, you know, you talk to them about a passage, you bring God's Word. If you say, you know what, kids, I've got to confess something to you. I want to confess something to you. I should have been talking to you that way. So forgive me for doing that. And I'd like to pray together right now. That's bold. That's difficult to do. You know what happens according to what the Bible says? The next thing that takes place? I actually reveal the sin. I ask to pray together. We are healed. And then it goes on to say the prayers of a righteous man or woman or child are very effective. Okay? Anyway.
There you go. Another one, because I'm of the school of like, I made all these mistakes with not letting my kids see things, but not only let them see you read the Bible, but let them hear you, see you praying. Again, so many of us have devotions times or a time that we have with God that is before the kids awake, or just, I don't know, you just tend to like go into your prayer closet or whatever, or you're removed because you're praying and you don't want to be disturbed, but they don't see you. So again, how many months and years might go by your kids don't really see you praying, except for maybe the little prayer at the dinner table, which I don't think that really counts as like a really great model of praying earnestly. So let them see you praying. Yes. Next, we're going to get to the storytelling part. Let's unpack that one. We have a very, well, it's not hugely long, but a beautiful psalm that I think is really the basis for this whole teaching. And it's Psalm 78, verses 2 through 7. And talk about legacy. You might even want to circle that. I think I put it on your sheet. This is the legacy psalm.
O my people, hear my teaching. First off, I'm going to start over again. What I'd like for you to do right now is just close your eyes and just listen to the words. Just close your eyes where you're at. No one's going to do anything to you. It's okay. O my people, hear my teaching. Listen to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in parables. I will utter hidden things, things from of old. But we have heard and known what our fathers have told us. We will not hide them from their children. We will tell the next generation the praiseworthy deeds of the Lord, his power and the wonders he has done. He decreed statutes for Jacob and established a law in Israel, which he commanded for our forefathers, to teach their children, so the next generation would know them, even the children yet to be born, and they in turn would tell their children. Then they would put their trust in God and would not forget his deeds, but would keep his commands, period. Amen.
It's saying, if you do this, if you teach the generations, then they will put their trust in God. So it's our job to pass it on. And one of the ways we do that is through telling our story. So we wanted to give you a couple ideas on how to tell your story and what God has done in your life to the next generation.
Share at the dinner table each night how God impacted your day. It doesn't have to be a huge thing. I know it's difficult in today's world to be able to get everybody to sit at the dinner table at the same time, because if you have multiple kids that are going here or there, and you've got everyone at different schedules, but when you're together, as a group, or even just one other child and you, share with them what God has impacted, what he's done in your life this day, and ask them to share the same thing. It gets them thinking about that sort of thing.
You can keep a family journal. What did you do with my journal?
Right here.
I couldn't find it. Anyway, oh, because he hid it from me. That's okay. You could keep a family journal of God sightings. Some of you probably have a prayer journal. I have a journal that I call my God sightings journal, and I would urge you guys, all of you, to start a God sighting journal. And you don't have to be all legalistic about it. There are months that go by that I forget to write anything in this. But over the course of years, I have written down, and sometimes I'll go back and go, okay, in the last couple of months, what has happened? I will write down anytime that God answered a prayer that I can recall, where God showed up in some kind of major way, did something dramatic, whatever, I'll write it down. And if you can review this, and as a family, like maybe you pick Wednesday nights, we're going to write in our God sighting journal. Go around the dinner table. Did God show up in any way in your life this week? Did he do any, was there a miracle? Was there a small little thing that he did? You're going to have a great log of all these amazing things that God did. I started doing this several years ago, and I have like back-to-back pages of just, I will call them miracle after miracle after miracle after miracle after miracle. And you know what? If I would not have written these things down, I would have completely forgotten them. You would too. You just forget. So just jot it down, just make a little note. I put the date and then just the little bit about what happened. And you could just do this as a family once a week. It could be as simple as that, that your child was having a tough time with algebra. You guys prayed at the dinner table and they got a C instead of their usual F, or whatever it might be. And you write it down. But as these things stack up, wow, talk about building our faith, right?
Absolutely.